Your court television news starting now.
Good morning / good afternoon, everybody, depending on what side of the country you're at. And welcome to I guess you could call it a breaking news / maybe just a regular update here at the NJCourts TV news station. I am your host this Friday morning, NJCourts. I apologize about the loudness, but got a lot of energy this morning. I don't know if it has to do with the just huge amounts of energy drinks I've been drinking this morning, but who cares? I feel good. We're going to take a few minutes to let the notifications go out. In the meantime, I want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat, and then we're going to get straight to it. Basically, as you guys saw in the thumbnail I posted this morning, we've got two people that have gone missing. And when I say missing, I mean off of the YouTube community / streets. Not there's another word that I was going to use, but I don't mean like they're directly missing. You know, I'm pretty sure most of you figured what I meant figuratively. That was the one I was thinking of. Anyways, anywho, we're going to talk about them both a little bit. Remember, Saint had a hearing yesterday. So for those of you that didn't check on your own, because remember, I've shown you guys how do you check the case notes for Saint specifically. Just basically just as almost the same thing as it goes for everybody else. Start with a Google search. Generally, you'll do a Google search for a case website for that state, and then just kind of go from there. But anyways, we're going to refer to the case notes and see what the disposition from yesterday's hearing was. So just to remind you, Saint currently, or as of yesterday, had been going through the process of was going through the court process of having 3 separate cases heard or tried. He had one already scheduled for I believe it was the 18th. Yes, that we already did an update on. As a matter of fact, that was the date that they did his bond review again. And according to the case notes and according to the call that we made to the jail, he was released. According to what we read about, looks like on a $5,000 cash bond. But since he's been released, it's been like crickets, according to all the Saint fans that have reached out to me saying, well, we don't know what's happened to him. We haven't heard from him. But we do know that he's out of jail because of you, NJCourts, and we're thankful for that, and you're welcome. But we're going to give you a little review of what happened yesterday, and I think once we read that, my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, I think that more or less has to do, the outcome of yesterday's case has to probably do with why you haven't seen any of Saint since he's been released out of jail, which for his part is probably a good thing. And I hope he continues to do the right thing, okay? Now, in the likes of Skimask Andy, totally different story, and we'll talk about him when we get to him. There's a few, I think there's a document that I'm going to share with you guys that I didn't have a chance to share with you the last time we did an update on Skimask, which we basically just read his sentencing report from his last hearing, which he was sentenced on, and hence why he was released from jail, et cetera, et cetera. So we already did an update, but I think there's a document that we didn't have a chance to go over, so we're just going to read that. And we'll talk a little bit about, what I think's going on with little homeboy and see what you guys have to talk about or say. Also, before I end today's stream, I have a few announcements I'm going to make. More specifically, an announcement as far as what we have lined up for this weekend's Fun IRL stream and kind of going into next week. So that I'll save for the end for those that care. But we'll start with Saint News, then we'll jump into the Ski Mask News. I'll do announcements, and then we'll call it a morning. Okay? Easy peasy. All right, but in the meantime, let's say good morning to everybody and happy Friday, TGIF, to all those at work. All right, so starting from the top, we had Mark Miller in first, followed by Roofer. What up, Roofer? And welcome to all my mods and member of the jury and all my friends. Welcome to all the viewers, whether you hate me, love me, or you're somewhere in between. We have ICU coming in third. What up, ICU? We got Sunshinery in chat. What up, Sunshinery? Another member of the mod squad and a member of the jury, as well as ICU. Good to see all the members of the jury in chat. What up, Blop Jones? We've got... Let's see here. Sorry, I lost my place. I'm scrolling back up to the top. We've got After Blop. Jade, welcome, Jade. Good to see you. And another member of the jury. We've got HIV1. We've got Jack Mahoff in chat. Good to see everybody. What up, Sicilian Princess? Good to see you, my friend, and another member of the jury. We've got Juan's Casa de Puta, LLC, in the chat. What up, Go Girl? Good to see you, my friend, and another member of the jury. We've got Lab Rat 101. You guys with danger. What up, Lucy Goosey? We've got, I think, did I already say good morning to HIV1? If not, good morning to you. We've got Joyce in chat. We've got Chicken Yale. Good morning. Your attendance has been on spot this week, Chicken Yale. I don't want to do you the in consideration call you Chicken. No, you are Chicken Yale. All right. We've got Currency King. I think I already said hi to you, but just in case I didn't, good morning. Sorry, am I still kind of waking up? What up, Melly Lynn? Looking pretty thin. You talking about me? I'll take it. Hopefully you were. All right. Or maybe you were referring to Skimask. Who knows? What up, Sapito? Good to see you and another member of the jury. Got a lot of people from the jury in chat. Good to see you all. All right. We've made it finally to the bottom. So nice. He said it twice. I knew I'd said it twice. That's all right. Like you said, so nice, I'll say it twice. All right, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Cheers to those of you that are, spending a 5:30 somewhere already. If you know what I knew, you know what I know, or you know what I mean, you know what I mean. What is it? If you know, you know. I'm not. I'm having, like I said, I think my second round of energy drinks. I think this is a monster. Hold on. Yep, definitely a monster. I had a little prime this morning, and now we're rounding off with a little monster. All right, what up, Zero's Nightmare? What up, Booty Shots? Quiet on the set. We got Dobbs. No, not at all. Dobbs already had a full night of sleeping. It is 10:38 in the morning. Definitely, if I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be on a walk with him. So Dobbs is definitely, awake. There you go. He was just doing his own little thing. Everybody's saying hi to you, bro. Why are you facing that way? Oh, he's looking out at it's because you guys can't see, but the window is that way. He's looking out at the window. That's what he's doing. All right, everybody, let's get this show started. Thank you for everybody again joining me this morning. It is a beautiful Friday morning here in southern New Mexico. I hope the weather is good where you're at. I know this week some of y'all may have had some bad weather, so I hope for the most part everybody is okay. I hope everybody's now recovering from the bad weather, and we can move on to this hopefully beautiful spring season on its way. And I'm very excited because I'm gonna leave it as a surprise, but I'll leave you a little bit of some crumbs. Remember, I was telling guys I wasn't really thinking about doing another grow season this year. Well, that has changed because of a very, very super awesome and nice viewer and member of the jury. And like I said, once I receive the package, I will share it with you. We'll do an unboxing as long as it's okay with the person that's sending it to me. I got to ask them first. But assuming that they're okay with it, I will be doing an unboxing that is going to be so fucking awesome. I can't wait. But this unboxing, without revealing too much, will have to do with the reason why I am announcing that there will be a second grow season that I will be sharing with you guys here on the NJCourts TV channel. Remember, for those of you that followed me on my project last season, which was my first grow season ever. I did an outdoor grow, and for the most part, I say it was successful. We had a lot of people that had never grown that I know had been following kind of my project and now are excited about this season because they're going to try it. So, guess what? You guys get to grow with me again. And now I'm excited to see how those of you that didn't get a chance to grow last year but now are motivated from watching me grow, that are growing this year, grow together with me. So send me all your pics. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll share them with everybody as long as you're cool. And I can't wait to do this unboxing with you guys. I am so excited. What up, Tie-Dye Gammy? As a matter of fact, I'm going to remind you guys because Tie-Dye Gammy just became a member, which I think you've always been a member, so I think you just refreshed your membership. So either way, I still appreciate all your continued support, Tie-Dye Gammy. But you guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gabbles if you got them, please. Tie-Dye Gammy, this gabble slam goes out to you. I appreciate your continued support as a member of the jury. But just in case you forgot or you guys weren't here, let me remind you what Tie-Dye Gammy was so nice enough to send me. And I'm so stoked because I'm going to be rocking these for the most part, as long as the weather's great, as long as it's called sandal weather. Or flip-flop weather. I'm going to be rocking my, oh yes, My lobsterita flip-flops. Yeah, what you know about the lobster flops? Yep. If you know, you know. That's what's up. So again, thank you so much, Tie-Dye Gammy. As a matter of fact, this is very much deserving of a third gavel slam. This goes out to you. Remember, we did the first one when I first did a shout-out. We did a second one for you just right now, hence why the third one. This third gavel slam goes out to you, my friend. Oh, shit. I almost smashed my fucking... Okay, remind me not to close my eyes next time I do gavel slams, because I literally just... I had but what... Oh, man, I can't... Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, shit, I have the camera up here. I forgot. I literally have both my phones right... Like, I literally slammed my gavel between the small gap that was between both my phones. So if that was the sign from the phone gods, I'll take it. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. As a matter of fact, let's move the phones off the desk onto my couch. That way we don't do that again. All right. Thank you, phone god. What up, Spirit in the Sky Blue? What up, Mistress? What up, everybody just rolling in? What up, RRR? Triple R, Reptilian Richard Ramirez. All right. Let me see. In case I missed anybody, I apologize, but I'll jump up here on the comments and see. Looks like the notification's still going out because we got people coming in. And hopefully you guys are getting my notifications. I know for the most part people said last week they did, but then I had a few people that said they didn't. So hopefully they are. What up, Joyce? Okay, I think I got everybody that was just coming in. All right, here we go. Let's go. So let's start with Saint. So he had a hearing yesterday, right? So remember, what? Oh, no, pause for the cause. Pause for the cause. Oh, Jade, you're going to piss off all the Saint Simps this morning. Good for you, my friend. Because Saint, or not Saint, excuse me. I'm so sorry, Jade. I did not mean to call you Saint. Jade, a member of the jury, mind you, has just gifted 5 memberships to the jury. Thank you so much for gifting those 5 memberships of the jury, Jade, and welcome to our 5 new members of the jury. Jade, this gavel slam goes out to you. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them freaking gavels for Jade if you got them, please. Woo! Man, I am hyped this morning. All right, let me calm down. I say that as I drink more energy drink. All right, here we go. So, again, just to remind you, Saint had a hearing yesterday. This is going to be basically he's got 3 cases that are going through the court system. So this was one of the hearings having to do with one of those 3 cases. This one more specifically had to do with the case that has the one charge, the one misdemeanor charge for destruction of property, malicious destruction of property valued under $1,000. Probably, well, I'm not going to say probably one of the least serious of the misdemeanors he has, because they're all, I would consider, pretty serious. And don't forget, he's also facing 2 felonies amongst those 3 charges. But either who, let's just stick with the news. He had a hearing yesterday. It had to do with the case that had the one charge he was pending of the, again, malicious, or what was it again? Let me just go to the case notes. I hate that fucking, that charge. I always mess it up. It's malicious destruction of property under $1,000. Okay. And again, we're still pending, hopefully, an incident report that'll tell us exactly what he did. But for right now, we know that it happened. He had to go through the court system. He had a hearing yesterday for it. Let's see what happened. So we're going to refer to the good old State of Maryland Judiciary Search Case Notes. Again, this is a website that you guys in the public can access in case you guys want to fact check me or just do your own updates. You know, you don't have to wait for me. Here we go. Should already have this ready. Yep, I do. So give me just 1 minute here. Let me share this screen with you. All right, here we go. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Perfect. Let me just get this out of the way. What up, Uncle Chucky's? Chuckles, not Chucky's, excuse me. All right, and what up, Chow Nima? I think I said that right this time. Hopefully. All right. Or is it Cow? Cow Nima, not Chow. Cow Nima. All right, here we go. So let's just kind of read the top, which has the disposition. Yes, if you don't know already what a disposition means, basically means the case is done. So I've already given you spoiler alert. Out of the 3 cases, we can go ahead and scratch one of them. He's done with that case. It has been disposed of yesterday. There will no longer be any more hearings having to do with that particular case, having to do with the misdemeanor charge of, again, and then I'm going to read it exactly how it says it on the paperwork. Malicious destruction of property valued under $1,000. Again, that is a class misdemeanor charge. This offense date is from the date that he was arrested, or his last arrest, which, if you guys remember, was on Valentine's Day. Remember, he was live streaming, and it happened. You heard basically the cops knock, and then he left. He quit the stream. All right, so I guess that day they arrested him, something happened where he caught this charge. I think we were saying, we were guessing maybe like he kicked something, kicked the door, kicked a hole in the wall as they were dragging him out. Who knows? But, hopefully we'll find out soon. Especially now that this case has been concluded, there should be no excuse that it's an ongoing case, and that's why they can't release any of the, case notes and things like that. No, sir. So I should be hopefully getting a reply back. I already sent the request that says, yes, we can give you that information. And then the next thing will be waiting for that information to get to me, which hopefully they do it through email. That's usually the quickest. But believe it or not, they do. Some of these counties will send you these FOIA requests as far as like incident reports and things like that via snail mail, okay? Trust me, the first time I got one, it scared the shit out of me because, I had put so many of these requests, you kind of forget, after a while. And I had a nice little thick envelope in the mail that was like which county was it? I think it was, who sent me the first one that was like really, oh yeah, it was when I was, I think it had to do with the, way back actually. Who was it? It was Texas when we were in Houston. Sunny IRL. When I had requested some information, they sent it back to me via an envelope. So, and I hadn't gotten one yet via an envelope. Everybody was sending them back emails. So, imagine getting something that says, like district court, county, I forgot what county it was in Houston, and then, it's, looks all official, all thick, NJCourts TV. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I open it up and it's my FOIA request. And I was like, okay. All right. Anyways, long story short. But so right here underneath it, there's the disposition. Okay. So basically it says here they accepted a guilty plea. So he was found guilty of the charge. Okay. His plea was entered in yesterday, which makes sense because that was the date he had his hearing scheduled for. And it says the disposition was he was given probation. And it reads just like this. Probation before judgment - supervised. So I'm guessing just based on, my history of reading a lot of these dispositions, although it reads kind of funny, just probably what you guys are probably thinking, it probably means that he's got supervised probation, which if you were wondering, well, what's the difference? Isn't probation? No, it isn't. There is kind of what I mean. I'm sure there's multiple types of probation, but just to make this easy on you guys, basically they have unsupervised probation and then supervised probation. Okay, the big difference, and we'll Google search it. Good old Google AI. But before I do, let me just tell you what I think it is and see if I'm right. Basically, and the easiest way to put it is supervised supervised probation is going to mean you've got to basically check in whether it's, randomly or on a schedule with a probation officer, okay? Most likely, they can give you your analysis test. They can just stop by whenever they want, and check in on you at whatever your location, that your home location is supposed to be at, et cetera, et cetera. Versus unsupervised probation basically means, hey, don't get in trouble. You got unsupervised probation for 1 year. Means as long as you don't get in trouble for a year, you're good to go. Okay. They're not going to have a probation officer checking in on you. You're not having to check in, routinely with a probation officer, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I've always understood between the difference of supervised and unsupervised probation. Basically, if you're going to get probation, most offenders want unsupervised probation, okay? Supervised probation's a pain in the ass. As a matter of fact, you can probably speak to most repeat offenders, and they'll tell you they would probably rather go to jail and just get this shit knocked out of than actually be on supervised probation for a year or two, especially if they like to, partake in party drugs, or maybe this has to do with he can't have any alcohol in his system, which for an alcoholic, that's a tough thing, man, and I hope this is going to get him the help that he needs, you know what I mean? But, yeah, supervised probation's no joke. Even though it's just probation, it's still not a fun type of probation. All right, let's continue here. And then if you guys are trying to reach out to me, ask me questions, just to remind you, I don't have chat. Actually, hold on. I keep forgetting I have chat on my phone. Now I lied. I do have chat right here. But it's hard for me, again, to read this and then read you guys at the same time. As a matter of fact, let me put it on all messages. I don't know if you guys also knew that on your chat settings. Make sure you guys, if you haven't changed it already, and it sucks that it doesn't just default to that. Every time you have to change it. Anytime you start a new, basically a new live stream or watch a new live stream, that little looks like a cogwheel at the top right above the live chat box. If you click on it, you can click on what's called all messages. So you'll receive all messages instead of just what they consider top messages. All right, and I just got a photo. Okay, thank you, Sunshiner. I appreciate it. So I just got a photo that tells me, it's a photo, a screenshot of what the Maryland Court Code of Probation / Supervision / basically what supervised probation means. And let me just read it to you. So it refers to a document that outlines the terms and conditions of probation or supervision for defendant. Okay, so it includes regular reporting. The defendant must report to a supervising authority on a regular basis, and drug testing. The defendant may be subject to drug testing as part of the supervised probation. So I think I nailed it for the most part. Like I said, it's kind of common sense. All right. So I was on point. Yay. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I kind of, being a son of a lawyer and a judge, I think I kind of know my shit a bit. All right. Anyways. All right. So that case has been disposed. Basically, that means it's done. He's done with, out of the 3 cases, scratch the one off, although he's not technically done. He's got probation. It didn't mention how long his supervised probation was for here. I'm going to probably guess it's got to at least be 1, maybe 2 years. That's usually the increments that they give supervised probation. Could be 6 months. So I don't want to say or guess on anything, but maybe we'll find that out here as I get some more information, assuming my FOIA request gets approved, and I can answer that for you. Now, it does say there's also some restitution and other costs that are involved with this, which would make sense because basically you're saying that the reason he got this charge was because he destroyed something that was valued under $1,000. So I'd imagine the court, especially if it wasn't his, would want to, give restitution back to whomever, whatever, whoever the owner, whatever the property was that got destroyed by this individual, in this case, Saint. So down here, I lied. Hold on, it does have probation date. Sorry, excuse me. I'm sure you guys in chat, and I'm sorry because I don't have chat up. Hold on, now I do. I'm sure you guys are like, it says it right there, NJ. Hold on, it does. It does. It says it right here. So it looks like his probation starts yesterday, and it is an 18-month probation. So what is that? 12 months in a year? So that's a year and a half. So 1 year and a half months, or a year and a half of probation, supervised probation, and he's got to, I guess, a restitution amount. Basically, he's got to pay back the courts $95. All right? So I'm going to jump back to you guys, and let's chat for a bit. Let me take this off of here. So, like I was saying earlier in my little introduction, why I wanted to read this to you and why I think this kind of leads to the thumbnail and the picture of the missing. You see it behind me, missing on the good old, milk carton like they used to do back in the days. It's just a little meme I was doing. Like I said, I hope most of you understood what it meant was he's missing off the YouTube streets, okay? I'm not saying that he's missing figuratively off, he's missing, But again, and I don't know his story, but what I'm guessing is, I can't assume until we get paperwork, but I'm guessing maybe this supervised probation has something to do with the reason why he's not coming live. Maybe it also has to do with, when I was playing devil's advocate the other day when I said, technically he's got to live somewhere, right? And I would imagine that technically the judge would probably, especially during this process of where we're at, with the other 2 cases still being pending, that he wouldn't allow, in this case, the defendant, Saint, to be in contact with any of the victims that have to do with any of the cases that are pending, which I would assume one of them, would, even though they may not agree with it, would be Magic, okay? His ex, current, whatever you want to call it, girlfriend, significant other. So maybe it could be, which, would kind of make sense, right? If you're not supposed to be at that person's place, and, you can get in some serious trouble, especially now that you're on supervised probation, you're probably not going to live stream yourself from that individual's place. But I would hope that Saint is somewhere where he wouldn't get in trouble, especially, if he's got to put it on paperwork and that probation officer can stop by there at any time. And if they do and see he's not there, you know what I mean? So I would hope that he's taking this serious. I would hope that whatever address that he put down, he's at that address. And I would hope for his sake, and because he knows it could lead himself to getting in trouble, or maybe it's, his way of, kind of like, what is it when like people are trying to get off of drugs and then they're off of them and then like something triggers them? What's that word again? Fuck. Roofer, can you help me? Anyways, maybe he's afraid that, he's been doing good. He was in jail for what do we say, a little over a month, so he was able to sober up. Maybe he knows if he does live streaming, his audience is going to trigger him to start drinking again. You know what I mean? Relapse. Thank you. So maybe he's just doing the right thing, So hopefully he is. Hopefully he's sitting somewhere sober, trying to figure out his life, figure out how he's going to get through these cases and change for the best. Who knows? Like I said, I haven't been in contact with the guy, so I can just go based on what we're all reading together. But I had a lot of people reach out to me wondering where he had been, as well as Skimask Andy. Believe it or not, there's still a few of you that still wonder where that loser's at. My opinion, again, not the channel's. But anywho, that's basically all I had as far as with my update on Saint. Where is he going next? Well, he's got a case coming up. I think his next case is going to be, let's see, let's jump back to his cases here. Let me continue. Let me bring back this paperwork on the stage. There we go. So we're done with this case here. So let's go back to the other two cases. So I know he had a jury trial coming up in May, I think, for the original charges, the ones he was facing from back in December. So let's jump over to that case. That's the one that got bumped up to circuit court from district court because of the felony and the seriousness of the charges. Oh, excuse me, I got to do another party search. Timed me out. All right, here we go. So let's go to that case first. I think that one was already set for a jury trial. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Perfect. All right, so let's scroll down here. So he's got, on that case, so this is the case where he's facing 4 charges, one being a felony. So this is the one where he's got the assault in the first degree, that's the felony. Then he's got an assault in the second degree, that's a misdemeanor. He's got a third charge of reckless endangerment, another misdemeanor. And then a fourth charge of resisting/interfering with arrest, that's the fourth misdemeanor. That was the one that he was originally given a bond of $5,000 and was bonded out. And it appears based on the paperwork that was by Magic. So basically she's had it. Well, we know she paid the first bond. We don't know who paid the second $5,000 bond, but let's just assume it was Magic again. Basically, she's paid $10,000 worth of bond with the possibility that she may have lost the first $5,000 since he did break that probation, or excuse me, that bond condition by getting in trouble again. Well, twice, as a matter of fact, since that date, or that when he was put on bond or released on bond. Anyways, his next hearing on that is a jury trial, and that is set for May 1st. All right, so for that case, May 1st, that's going to be a pretty serious one. Like I said, it's going to a jury, so whatever evidence is going to be presented, that's what the, people are going to be looking at. They're not going to know who he is, what he does on stream. They just go by what's in front of them, so that will be pretty interesting. Let's see here. So that's May 1st. All right. Let's go to his other case here. This is going to be the one that's dealing with, I think, 5 charges, 4 misdemeanors, and 1 felony, which I have a feeling that one's going to get bumped up to circuit court as well. I think that's the reason it didn't have a date yet, a next date. But let's just check. Maybe it did get updated with the next date. But I think I remember checking that last time, and the reason we didn't have a date was because it said something about it getting pushed to circuit court. But let's just see. So that's going to be this one here. So they just closed that most recent case. That was yesterday, because that one, we just went over the disposition information. Okay, so here's the one that, again, let me just read the charges. So this is the one he is facing 5 charges on, this case here. The felony charge is going to be the burglary in 3rd degree. He's got an assault in 2nd degree. Malicious destruction of property under 1,000. That's a misdemeanor. The 4th charge is disorderly conduct. That's another misdemeanor. And then a disturbing the peace/disorderly charge. That's the 5th charge, or the 4th misdemeanor. So total 5 charges, 4 misdemeanors, one felony. So basically now now that we've disposed that third case, he's basically pending 9 charges, 2 of them being felonies, 7 being misdemeanors. And I think this one was the one we said our opinion, I think we said more or less, again, we're waiting on the information. Hopefully it'll come through, especially on this one. I think this is the one we thought. Remember, this is the day that he came on live and he was all beat up. During the day, he was actually showing himself drinking and stapling himself, remember? And then later that night, he came back live and he was all fucked up looking. Well, we had assumed, and then he must have taken off from the cops because they had issued out a warrant a few days after that, okay? They hadn't arrested him that night, obviously. But we, I think, assumed that we had said something like along the lines that, you know, maybe he got upset at the neighbors because those were supposedly the people allegedly that called the cops and got him in trouble in the first place in December. So maybe, you know, he had been drinking, getting pretty ratchet that day. You know, he's stapling himself, shit like that. Maybe he just got some itch up his butt, went out, you know, burglary charge, maybe kicked the door opened the door. Maybe it was already open. Who knows? I don't know if they were inside. Maybe they weren't. Who knows? We'll find out when the incident report comes. But that was just my guess. I think it had to do something with him, you know, confronting the neighbor. And that's where he picked up these new charges, you know. But anywho, he's got his next hearing on this case. There is not one yet. So I'm pretty sure the reason there's not a next date on here right now is because they're going to be bumping it up to circuit court. So once that happens and they assign it to circuit court, then we'll have the date. Yeah, the last note was just about him the bond being posted when he got released a couple of days ago. So yeah, that's basically all I have as far as with the Saint/Santino updates. So let me jump over to chat. Let's take a little break and then we'll start with Skimask Andy. Like I said, with him, we're going to jump over to some case notes. There is just one document that I didn't have a chance to read with you guys when we did do his update when he was released from jail. Basically, and if you guys want me to, I can read the sentencing report again just to remind you guys exactly what he was sentenced to. But the one document we didn't have a chance to read was the Rule 8 hearing document, so I'll read that with you guys. That's got a little bit of some important information, and then we can chat and sit and think what you guys think about why he's not on. He said, according to Skimask, is because he doesn't have a streamer phone, which that hadn't been any excuse for him before he went to jail. I thought it was because where he's living at now which is the Beverly Crack Shack. I call it that. I'm memeing off of the Beverly Hillbillies, if you remember that show way back when. But basically, Diane's house. I think Diane doesn't like the live streaming because there's obviously some illegal things going on in that house. And I basically think she told them, gave him an ultimatum. If you want to stay here, which I don't think he's got any other options, it's that or the streets, you can't live stream. So I think if he does come on, which it was just basically since he's been out of jail, he's just came on twice. The day he got out of jail and then like a week later, because people were still wondering, if he had been rearrested because, you know how he is. When he gets out of jail, dude's going to be on every day, all day like he usually is. And he hadn't. But he came on. It was weird. It was like 3 a.m. It was all quiet. He was at that Diane's house. There was some other dude there that supposedly didn't speak any English that was like just kind of waving in the background. And then he came on for like 30 minutes and then that was it. And then he hasn't been heard since then. And that's where he made the comment of the reason he hadn't been on live is because he doesn't have a streamer phone and yada, yada, yada. And then he also said as he was doing a lot of this that, there's a bunch of bed bugs and that's why, he's scratching himself a lot and all that stuff. Sure, buddy. Anyways, let me get this out of the way. Like I said, I gave you guys my opinion why I think Saint's been off the tubes. And I think it's a good thing. I'm not, by all means, if you're watching, Saint, I'm not sitting here trying to encourage you or motivate you in any way to get back on. If you're doing good and it's working for you, keep doing what you're doing, man. But anyways, that's all I had as far as the Saint update. We've got a court date coming up in May for him, and then we're still pending what his next court date's going to be on the other, the case that's got the other 5, or not other, but, multiple charges being 5 charges and a felony. So he's still not out. He's still not done. Like I said, I don't even know how if the supervised probation is even considered a blessing. Like I said, most people, especially career criminals, probably would prefer to, go to jail for a week than have a year worth of, or now in this case, a year and a half worth of supervised probation. Especially when, like I said, if you are an alcoholic or, you're not allowed. I don't know how it is in Maryland, whether, weed is considered illegal or not. And then again, even in states where weed's legal, because it's, depending on how the state looks at it, the probation office still may consider it illegal. So, although the state is legal, you still might have to have a clean piss test, or they consider it, breaking your probation. So, it could get pretty interesting for a guy like Saint being on supervised probation. That's for sure. And again, like I said, the reason they do that is because they obviously see that regular probation doesn't work, and hopefully this will be the thing that helps him get his life going back in a straight arrow. Honestly, I wish they would do the same thing with Skimask. I was surprised that they keep just giving him probation, but it's not supervised probation. So it's kind of why the guy keeps just getting himself in trouble. I can't even verify. Well, we'll find out here soon whether they issue out a bench warrant or not, whether he's done any of the conditions or followed any of his release conditions that the judge told him he had to do, which is going to be on some of the paperwork we're going to read right now, which one of them was he had to report back within a week to the court cost administration building so he could set up his 10th payment plan or whatever. And he had to, I think we read, he did have to report to the district attorney's office, which is what handles in Tulsa County, which is kind of their version of like probation. It wasn't supervised probation, but basically he has to check in with them and see, let them know where he's going to be at and see what they want to do with them. Maybe they'll have him check in, once a month or once every quarter. Who knows? But still, I'm just guessing at this point. I'm not saying this is factual, but based on Homeboy's record, I have a feeling that he's probably not going to do anything the judge told him to do, which basically means that whole month, half a month that he was in jail just goes completely down the toilet, a waste of time, because he's going to have basically the judge is going to so he had suspended a 6-month jail sentence, okay, in Skimask's case, all right? Basically, that sentence, that suspended sentence will be, what's the word I'm thinking? It's the word kind of like they cancel it, but it's the legal term that they use. It's not omit. God damn it. I'm having a bad brain for it today. But anyways, they'll basically cancel that judgment, okay? And they will basically say, now you got to serve the 6 months, assuming they arrest him, once the warrant goes out. Null is one of the words, but that wasn't the word I was thinking. Oh, man, it's going to drive me. Revoke. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Chingona. That was the exact word I was trying to think of. Basically, they'll revoke the suspended sentence and then give him the original suspended sentence of 6 months. So, I mean, that is a complete waste. And then if he had been bonded out, which he hadn't in this case, but let's assume he had, well, like in the previous cases he's had, that just goes to waste too. Anyways, you guys get where I'm going with all that. But anywho, let's go over to a Skimask case really quick, and let's read that Rule 8 hearing document, and then we'll have a little chat. And then, before I forget, I have some announcements I got to make. And then we'll call it a show. I appreciate everybody's support this morning. Welcome to all the new members. Let's just go back here so I can shout everybody out again. We had Tie-Dye Gammy becoming a new member today, or just remembering, because I know you've been a member before. So thank you again. And then we had Jade gifting out 5 memberships. So thank you again, Jade, and welcome to the 5 new members. So I appreciate everybody's support. Like I've said in the past, we did reach our first goal, which was basically for the transportation to get to California for this road trip, and I'm very thankful for that. I am going to continue to, I call it e-beg, but, ask for donations, because this isn't going to pay rent or buy me something cool. This is going to go to provide this trip that I hope is going to be, content entertainment for you guys. But basically now any donations that come through will go for gas money, food, entertainment, things like that. We are going to California. It is a little expensive there. Hence why I didn't go during the spring break time. 1, I wanted to avoid the spring break crowd, but 2, gas is more expensive, car rental is more expensive, everything's more expensive. So where I'm going with all this is just, I'm appreciative of everything. And if you want to continue to support the trip, I'm very thankful if you do. Okay. That's all the e-baking I want to get out of the way. Oh, and I do have one other announcement before we jump over to Skimask Annie, before I forget. I have, and unless I forgot, which I went down my list and I double went down it, I have mailed out everything that I've owed people. Okay, so if I owed you a button, I owed you a sticker or something, this goes for my mods, the viewers, everything as of 2 days ago was mailed out. There is nothing on my waiting list. I can finally go to sleep when I do, because that's very rarely, with a clear conscience knowing that I've sent everything out and I'm not scamming anybody. Which most of those were free things that we gave out, which doesn't matter. Just because it's free, I'm still going to get it out to you. But for those of you, like, and I think there was one individual that actually had paid for their button. I apologize that it took a couple of months. But you had, I think when we had communicated, you said you were in no rush, but you probably didn't think it was going to be 2 months of a no rush. But I appreciate your patience. And I also included a little extra few things in your envelope for your, your patience. And for everybody else, the people that got free buttons, I still gave you guys, I hooked you up with a free sticker as well. You may like it, you may not. But I'm sure you'll like it, but the sticker is what I'm saying. You may not like the person on the sticker per se, but I think you'll like the sticker anyway. So yeah, I hooked you guys up with a button and a sticker. So if there's anybody that I have missed where I'm going with this, please DM me, or if you don't have Instagram, reach out to me on the NJCourts TV channel's email. If one of my mods can be so kind to post that. And just a reminder, yo, NJ, and just remind me how you won or how you got the button or sticker, and I'll get one out to you. All right. But there shouldn't be anybody. But just in case, I will leave that avenue open. But I'm pretty damn sure that I've cleared my list. So again, for those that had to wait, thank you for your patience. All right. Basically a commercial. We're done. Oh, here's a high five. Sorry, Lucy Goosey. There you go. And I didn't even charge you for that one. I'm just kidding. What up, Alice Sings? One. Good to see you. All right. I am. So, Aaron, I usually don't do 2TS donations, but I have it set up. We used to. I just think most of my viewers prefer donating through. I just think most of my viewers at the time were used to donating through YouTube because I just gotten monetized and it was more convenient. But now that I am going to be actually going out and being, doing IRL and all that stuff, we're definitely going to have the TTS donos going on for sure. So, there's all sorts of different avenues you can donate through. But if you want to donate a fun way, which, is like having, and for those of you that don't know what TTS is, give you a quick explanation. I'll have a speaker like this on me. Generally, it's this one right here. And what you can do is through the TTS program, I use donation alerts. You just go, you'll have a link. You click on the link. I post it for you. You click on the link. It's very simple. You just go on the page. It'll ask you, what type of message you want to send. And what'll happen is the message will actually be read out through the speaker. So, for example, if you put, "Hey, NJ, hope you're having a good day," then it'll read out, "Hey, NJ, hope you're having a day." First, it'll say, "You got a donation." And this will be on the live stream. Then whatever you donated or whatever you typed up, it'll read out on my speaker. So if I'm, out somewhere and the speaker's always on and it'll always be on full volume, basically everybody around me should hear your message. And they got pretty fun. I haven't used the donation alerts TTS in a while, so I don't know what they've upgraded, but I think they do the AI voices now, which are pretty funny. So you can have it speaking like, President Trump's voice, or if I'm able to load up mine, you could even have it speak in my voice, which is kind of scary, but yeah, it is fun. I'm not going to lie. I like TTS a lot. It does make the donations a lot funner for sure. So yeah, in true West Coast Cali IRL style, we will definitely be having the TTS donations on. Absolutely. All right, so let's jump over to the Skimask Andy paperwork here. Like I said, this was just one. We already did an update on him as far as when he was released and what the disposition was on his case. This is just a piece of paperwork that was not available at that time that I do just want to, now that it is, I do want to share it with you guys. And then, like I said, if you guys weren't here when we read out the sentencing report, we can jump to that one real quick and just take a minute to read that out and remind everybody again what exactly his sentence was. So let me just jump over to the oscn.net website. Many of you are very familiar with this website, as we've referred to this website plenty of times over the last 3 years. We've been covering Skimask Andy through the many just various shenanigans and cases he's been involved in through the state of Oklahoma, more specifically the county of Tulsa. Let me just do a party search really quick, and then I'll share this screen with you guys. David Dico. It's funny. I always, even to this day, covering this guy 3 years, I still say his last name wrong. So I always say Dico. I think it's Diku. And then it's funny because the judges always say Dicow. I say Dico, they say Diku, Dicow, but it's Diku. Dico, Dicow, but it's Diku. All right, Mr. Diku. All right, we got it right that time. Let's read this Rule 8 hearing form. So let me share this here with you so you guys can see what I'm doing. Make sure you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. Oh, that's why I check, because I don't. You can't see it. Now you can. All right. So let's go down to this case here. Basically, in this disposition, the judge made it very simple. Remember, kind of like Saint. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details, but Skimask was basically on the run and had been pending originally one case, and from that, he picked up 2 other fucking cases, which stemmed from like multiple charges. I forgot the exact amount of charges between the 3 cases, but basically the judge was able to dispose all 3 cases with 1 sentence, okay? So the sentence, when we get to that part that we'll read out, is a sentence that he got that runs concurrent for all 3 of the cases that he was facing, okay? And if you're curious what the charges were on all those cases, you can access this yourself. It's all publicly accessible, and check out all those details. Or you can go back into my previous VODs when I did cover his charges and cases and listen to them there. But anywho, we can just go down to the bottom here of any of those 3 cases, and you'll have the sentencing report as well as this Rule 8 hearing. It's going to be the same for all 3. So let me click here on the Rule 8 hearing, and let's read this one together. So let me share this tab instead. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. We'll just start from the top, and we'll read the bottom. So basically, there's a few things the judge could have checkmarked as far as the box on the left. We're just going to read what pertains to Mr. Skimask here. So basically, they're showing the amount that so if you guys remember, in addition to the suspended sentence, so basically, and I'll read the sentence report so we can verify what I'm going to tell you, but basically, this is the he pled no contest, okay, which basically means they're gonna sentence him on a guilty plea, but on paperwork, he's saying he wasn't guilty and he wasn't not guilty, okay, go figure. Anyways, they gave him a suspended 6-month jail sentence. He's got mandatory, basically, he's got to sign up for mandatory anger management courses. He's got to check in with the court administration cost office to set up a payment plan for the court costs he owes, and I'm going to read that to you in a second. And he has to check in with the district attorney's supervision office, which, again, we don't know the details of that supervision, if there's going to be any, but we do know that he does need to check in with them. And like I said, we'll read the sentence report so you can verify everything I said. So that was basically it. So to the already I think we're already past $10,000 he owes in court costs and fines in the state of Oklahoma, more specifically the county of Tulsa, from all his previous cases, basically going back 10 plus years now. Each case, so 3 cases, he has to pay pretty much for each charge $100 and $100. So basically $200 a charge. So like, for example, in this case, he was facing 2 charges. This was the original 2 charges he had been facing. Remember the, what is it? It's up here. I always forget this one here too. What was these charges again? God damn it. Let me just read it here. Sorry. It was for the this one was violation of protective order and the malicious injury or destruction of property is what the one we're reading on. But more specifically, remember his original charges were the threatening acts of violence. It was 2 charges. So basically, he got those 2 charges. He picked up these 2 charges, and then he picked up an obstruction of an officer charge, which, again, we're still waiting on FOIA request so I can get you the, details of all these incidents. We know exactly what happened on the original 2 charges because we shared the body cam footage from that night with you guys. But how he picked up since then, these 2 charges here, which we kind of guessed this had to do with him. Well, we already know. Actually, we read, on the sentence report, it tells us exactly what he did. He broke into his parents' home, which is how he violated the protective order, and he kicked down his dad's fucking door, the bedroom door. So add another fucking door to the house that this guy's kicked down. Remember, the first door he kicked down was the front door that ended up hitting his mom, knocking her on the ground, and allegedly breaking her arm. We know exactly what happened. So I guess now, according to the report we read, and I'm going to read to you here in a second, he kicked down his dad's door. So that's where he got the malicious injury or destruction of property less than $1,000. So basically, he's got 5 charges that each of them he's got to pay $200 on. So $1,000, add that to the already, like I said, tens of thousands of dollars he owes, all right? So let's go back to that Rule 8 form. What else was on here? Like I said, there wasn't much anything else that we already didn't see on the sentence report, but I just wanted to be transparent and show you, something that I hadn't shown you before. Oh, here, this is the important part. I want to read this paragraph to you. So for those of you that still don't think that if you don't pay court costs and fines, you don't get in trouble, yes, you do. As a matter of fact, what's kind of funny is they've already issued out, and again, you can see this through his case information on OSCN.net website. The court administration has already issued out a bench warrant for his arrest because he was already supposed to make a payment plan, do the same thing basically what he's supposed to do now, report to the court administration office. He didn't do last time. So they issued out a warrant because he hasn't paid. Not only did he not show up, but he hasn't made a single payment. Like I said, he owes over $10,000 now, okay? And they issued out a warrant, which is funny because for whatever reason, on the criminal side of it, on court, they never really mentioned that warrant, okay? They were aware that he had warrants in other states, but they never really see that he has a warrant from the court administration building, which is in the same fucking building as the courtroom, all right? Straight. It's like on the same floor, literally. So I think that's why, if anything, he's probably not or is afraid to go down to that office now because he's afraid that since there's a warrant out, the minute he checks in, they may arrest him. You know what I mean? But either way, he needs to do it anyways because if he doesn't, they're just going to basically, what's the word I'm thinking? They're basically just going to rewrite another warrant, okay? So he's going to have now 2 bench warrants from the court cost administration building, or office, not building. But let's jump over to that sentencing report really quick, and then I'll talk to you guys in the chat. Do you miss Beck? That's so funny. I wonder whoever started that rumor because that's a different name. There was somebody always saying like, oh, what was it again? Oh, they were saying that I never covered Trina because I'm best friends with Beck. And I'm like, bro, we literally are like talking about Trina right now. And I probably did the most extensive coverage that any other YouTuber or channel did on Trina Golden and that case, including the actual, even the local news channel that's from the city or state that this case was in. They just did like coverage at the beginning and then at the end when she got sentenced. Okay, this channel is the one that provided you coverage, including a few actual live court hearings that we got to watch throughout the whole shit show. Okay, so I think it's funny when they're like, "You're best friends with Beck," and I'm like, "Okay, for sure." I remember she reached out to me when I was doing the Willie coverage, and it wasn't very nice. She had said some mean things. And then she reached out to me like, it was way after that. And basically was just apologizing for saying some mean things. And then that was it. You know what I mean? So I'll just be straightforward with you. That's the only times I've ever talked with old Beck, assuming that was the real Beck. What up, DJ Darren? All right. So anyways, back to old Skimask Annie. Just trying to address chat and read some of this. And I'm going to jump back here to chat here in a second. But let me share with you guys the pre-sentence report just so I can remind you guys again, for those of you that may not be in here when we did the update on what exactly he was sentenced to. So again, remember, he pled no contest. So he was sentenced based on that plea. basically he made a plea deal. His public defender, him, and the district attorney's office made a plea deal that basically took care of all 3 of these cases he was facing, which, like I said, was a total of 5 misdemeanors. Let's go. Where's that other report? So let's get that sentencing report up. Okay, here it is. Let me share that with you. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. So here's the sentencing report. We're just going to read some of the stuff that's important here, which I think is the whole thing. Oh, shit. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. There's some stuff here I didn't see. I don't know if this, hold on. If this was on his bond release or sentencing report. I think this is a pre-sentence report. Because this is where they were saying if he did get bonded out, he had to have a GPS. Yeah, okay, because I was thinking this was saying that he had to have a GPS as part of his probation. No. This isn't the sentencing report that we read last time. I don't know if I share this with you. This is basically what they call like a PSR, pre-sentence report. Kind of tells the judge, what his past record, more or less, what his bond amount, things like that. It helps him consider or make it basically a good judgment of what he's going to sentence on based on his past history. Like it tells you right here. Apparent likelihood of conviction, it's checkmarked. How long he's been a resident of Tulsa. Currently on probation or has other cases pending, checkmark. Likely to reoffend, checkmark. And that's based on his criminal/bail history. Risk of failure to appear, checkmark. Mental health history, checkmark. Threat to self or others /safety risk, checkmarked. So don't forget, he had been issued I think we said it was about, I don't know, $2,500 bond or something, and I don't know if it was cash only. He was claiming that the reason he didn't get bonded out because it was cash only and nobody had that type of money, but I have a feeling that it was probably he could have been bonded out through a bonding agency too. It's just that no bonding agency wants to work with him because he fucked over the last bonding agency that had bonded him out. So, plus, I think even if a bonding agency was willing to work with him, who's to say anybody was even willing to pay the $250, $300 to get him bonded out? He probably thinks somebody would, but I don't think he has any more friends anymore, to be honest with you. I think that's because he fucked over everybody. So they released him because they finally sentenced him, Jade. So let me see if I can get you the sentence report. I mean, it confused everybody here if I did. Now, they have disposed his case, so he's done with his case. Assuming he does everything that he was sentenced to. Which, again, if he doesn't, I'm sure when we read his case info again, we'll see that they issued out a bench warrant. But give me 1 second. Let me get you the sentence information here. Actually, it might even be on the court notes. We might not even have to read the plea of guilty. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I had clicked on the wrong. So, yeah, basically what I read, the last page we read was the pre-sentence report. That was my fault. I was trying to get the sentence report. I clicked on the wrong one. Here it is. So give me a second. I'm going to share with you guys the right. Here we go. This is the one I shared with you guys before. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. All right. Here's the correct paperwork. So again, it shows his plea. Well, this talks a little bit about his lawyer, his last grade completed in school, his age. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. That's his charges. Let's go down to the bottom. This is what he was facing, minimum and maximum, if he was going to be sentenced to jail. So here we go. Here's what they went ahead and did as far as his plea agreement. So it's down here. It doesn't let me highlight it, but it's right at the bottom. This is what we're going to be reading. This where I'm kind of have the cursor right here on. All right, so let's read this together. And again, it's kind of like Judge's Chicken Scratch. So I'm just reading this kind of based on my experience reading Judge's Chicken Scratch. So basically, the one that's circled, okay, it's saying that right next to that is going to be where I'm going to start reading off of. So where it says 6MS/S, that's the 6-month suspended sentence. That's what the S/S means. And the 6M, 6 months. The DAS, we didn't know what that was originally, but when we looked it up, that is referring to District Attorney Supervision. DAS, District Attorney Supervision, which is basically their version of probation. The only thing is we don't know what the terms of that is. Is there, is it supervised, unsupervised? Is there, what's the length of it? You've got AM, which stands for anger management. Again, we don't know what the terms are of that. How long is it? How long of a course or hours is you required to take of anger management? Then right next to it, you have the 100/100. That again is that they call it 100/100, which just refers to the court fine and court fee. So basically $200 per charge. So he's either going to be, and now I don't know if that's going to run concurrent, which means if it did, he would just have to pay $200 and that would cover all 6 of the charges. But let's just assume it's not running concurrent. That would mean basically he's got to pay $200 per charge in fees and fines. So he had 2, 4, 5 times $1,000 in fines and fees added to the already $10,000 plus he owes. Okay. So either he's got to pay $200 or $1,000, one or the other. It doesn't matter anyways because he owes over 10 grand already. So he owes a shit ton. Then it says plus restitution, which means he has to pay money back to whatever was damaged when he kicked down his dad's door, probably the door. There's going to be another note that it's an addendum, kind of talks about what happened in that incident, and I'll read that to you because I think it notes something about like in addition to the door being broken, something else got damaged. They just don't give you the details of it. And then it says hearing run CC, which stands for concurrent, with CM-24-2781 and CM-25-521. Those were the other 2 cases. So again, this sentencing runs concurrent or the same. Basically, this will cover the sentencing for all the other 2 cases and charges. And then it says plus N/C, which means no contact. So no contact with any of the victims of any of the cases, which obviously we know 2 of the victims are his parents. The judge mentioned on, I think it was the first hearing, that's the one that you guys were able to watch with me. I believe that's where he had mentioned something about there was another victim having to do with one of the other charges. So I don't know who that is, who he's referring to. But I have a feeling there's 3. His mom, dad, and then the mystery third person. Okay, so let's read that addendum. And let me make sure I'm still doing good with you guys in chat. So I keep forgetting that I can have the chat up here. See, and then it always, I have it on a time lock screen or whatever, where if I don't do anything on the phone, it just locks me out. So, hey, what's up, Kimberly? I actually just saw that scroll through. Kimberly71 just became a member of the jury. Pause for the cause. Good to see you in chat, my friend. And you guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gabbles if you got it, please, for Kimberly71. Kimberly, this gabble slam goes out to you, my friend. And good to see you again as a member of the jury. I was thinking that too, Miss Ella. I was wondering that, but then I'm thinking it could have been maybe any one of the people that, he'd previously tried to shack up with, which has been a lot of people, you know what I mean? Including, according to Danielle, her as well. So it could be. Now, Danielle did mention that she had gotten a protective order against him, so it kind of sounds like it could be hand in hand. So who knows? I don't want to make any allegations until I got the paperwork in front of me. But let's see here. Let's go back. But let's read this addendum here. This gets really interesting. That way he can't say I'm full of shit because you're seeing it right now in the court paperwork. Again, that you guys can access if you want to, people are saying, oh, you just edited that. You just photoshopped that. No, sir. No, ma'am. You can access OSCN, as a matter of fact, right fucking now, and you can access the same paperwork I am right now that we're about to read together. So right here it reads the following. This is an addendum. So it says, and this has to do with the two charges having to do with the violating the protective order and the destruction of property under $1,000. So it says, on or about January 16th of this year in Tulsa County, I, and this is referring to David, not me, willingly violated PO, there's the protective order number, in the case of Kimberly Diane DeCoe by placing himself within 100 yards of Kimberly DeCoe. Addendum number 2. David unlawfully committed the crime of malicious injury or destruction of property less than a 1K by then and there kicking David DeCoe Sr.'s door open until broken. That said, certain personal property owned by David DeCoe Sr. and not the property of David, of said A or something. I can't read. I think it says David. I don't know if it's referring to David Jr. But basically, in addition to the door being damaged, it looks like some other personal property of his dad's got damaged in this incident is what it's saying, okay? I don't know if I went down to the bottom here when I was with you guys. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anything else that might be important to read. What was weird, though, is this, and I don't want to get too much into it, but according to the paperwork, they have it checked here that the defendant is guilty as charged, check as appropriate, and then it says after no prior felony convictions, which I hope this is not them saying that they didn't take note that he does have prior felony convictions in the state of Oklahoma, more specifically in the county of Tulsa. Oh, yes, he does. You can go in OSCN, and he's proudly even bragged about it, okay? So if that's really the case, that's kind of scary that they basically processed his whole basically plea agreement on the fact that they thought he didn't have any prior felony convictions when no, he is a felon, felon on record. That's why he can't vote or own weapons. So I really hope that that's not the case, you know. So I'll tell you what, man, that fucking Tulsa County, holy shit. But that's what it's checked on there. Anywho, enough of that. You guys get the point. So basically, like I said, I think Saint's not on because it's part of his supervised probation. Again, it's just my opinion. Okay, at this point, we're just alleging. I think that's why he's MIA. Oops, my meme just went behind me. And in Skimask's case, I think he's MIA because that's one of the rules of the crack shack. Rule number 1, as a matter of fact, is probably no live streaming at the crack shack, which I don't think is going to be hard for the guy because I think the only time he gets a phone is when Diane lets him borrow her phone. So basically, he's probably phoneless until he either can, like, you know, wait till she passes out and, like, kind of steal it, you know, grab it from under her hand. You know, she's like this. You know, still has, like, the little meth pipe. You know, and then he just kind of probably puts, like, something to weigh down on her hand so she can, you know, like, you know, does one of these things, you know, like takes the phone. You know, like in, like, Indiana Jones, like Temple of Doom, where you got to, like, swap the weight, you know, so it doesn't set the trap. So basically, this is Diane, you know, she's got her phone. And then Ski Mask comes sneaking in. And then he puts, like, a speaker in her hand and then takes the phone. So then she doesn't notice, you know, because she's got the weight. And then I think he'll go live. But, yeah, basically it's probably why it was like 3 a.m. and all weird looking and shady. And, like, old Diego was there waving. According to Ski Mask, Diego's the Mexican that just stands there. And, I don't know, maybe Diego massages Diane's feet while Ski Mask massages her shoulders every night. I don't know what goes on at that house. And I don't want to know. But either way, I can just picture Ski Mask at, like, the bottom of a fucking like a well. It puts the lotion on. No, I'm not kidding, dude. Diane, like, rolls down, like, this fucking little basket full of little hot pockets and a little blunt, little hot pocket and blunt. Ski Mask, if you're nice enough, if you give me the old pokey tonight, I just might give you 2 minutes of live streaming time. we'll add that on to we'll give you a little green sticker on your little next to your name. And if you get 3 green stickers in 1 week, that means you earned 1 hour of live streaming time, Skimask. Okay, Diane. I'm not even kidding, dude. Just my opinion, not facts, just an opinion. Anywho, all right, let's get to announcements. Now we're just fucking getting dumb. All right, and I am not talking to you guys, but I'm having a good time with you guys, so appreciate everybody hanging in with me. All right, so that's basically all I had today. We got two guys missing, as you can see behind me. Not figuratively. I think that's how it's said, right? It's a meme, all right, before people start going, oh, NJCourts said that Saint's missing, and so is Skimask Andy. They both got abducted by aliens. NJCourts said it. No, absolutely not. What I'm saying is they both are missing from the YouTube streets, and it's probably a good thing, to be honest with you. Just saying. All right, for them themselves as well. What up, Nervy? What up, everybody coming in the chat? Just in case I didn't say hi to you, wasn't my intentions. You probably came in at some time when I wasn't reading chat. Now that I am, I'm just saying hi to everybody that I've seen. Like Alice Sings One. Good to see you in chat. I already said hi to DJ Darren. Hey, DJ Darren, while you're in here, brother, I don't know if you heard about my California trip, but I would like to hopefully see if you would like to be one of the individuals that I can interview and follow along for a day. Basically, amongst other things that I'm doing in California, court stuff and some fun IRL stuff, I'm going down there to it's going to be a live documentary. So there's no, let's film it, then we'll edit, and then we'll post. No, this is going to be a live documentary. But basically, I want to go down and live document a day in the shoes of all the West Coast streamers. I consider you one of the West Coast streamers, and I would love to follow you in a day of the life of DJ Darren. Now, one thing you do got to please take in consideration before you say yes, or you may say no. If you do choose to say yes, this is going to be raw, unedited, non-scripted. Not saying that you script or do anything like that, but I'm just saying is if you expect me to follow you for a day, there will be no, hey, can you mute it, or hey, don't show this, or hey, nope. I will be showing everything. Hence why it's a live documentary. So if you're down, I would love to meet up with you. And even if you're not, I'm planning on doing a meetup, a streamer fun just meetup in Venice Beach. And last I heard, I think that's where the area where you like to hang out at. So I would imagine you'd want to come and hang out and say hi to everybody, but I'd definitely like to meet you. But yeah, so I'll definitely be in Venice Beach for sure. But hopefully if you're down, we can definitely put you down on the list, and we'll definitely dedicate a day or half a day of hanging out with you. Lati says, hi, NJ. Are you from New Jersey, or those your initials? I am not from New Jersey. Those are just one. And NJ does stand for New Jersey. The name of the channel is NJCourts, New Jersey Courts TV. Long story, basically has to do when I was originally a clip channel, which even before that, I was originally just like a little Skimask Andy troll. And that was my name. That was my YouTube name, was NJCourts. Has to do when Skimask Andy was living in New Jersey, when him and the horse were shacked up together, remember? Bobby Dillon. That's when he started getting in all the trouble that started his, I don't even know. Me personally, I think the fall of Skimask had already started way before New Jersey, but for some people, they consider New Jersey basically the start of his fall. But either way, I kept the name. I didn't want to change it, and it's stuck since. Now, just recently, I did change my avatar just because I had a lot of people that were kept wondering, are you from Millville? Because it's Millville again was where he was where the area he was staying at. It's a long story, but anyways, yeah, that's where the name comes from. So I did change the avatar not too long ago. The pictures, I think when I call it an avatar, but that's what I mean, my profile pic. But I've always kept the name, and it will always remain NJCourts TV. But yeah, it does for a lot of my new viewers. Everybody always thinks I'm from New Jersey or I'm in the East Coast, but no. I have been in New Jersey. As a matter of fact, I take that back. My second live coverage, court coverage broadcast was in the control of court case when she had gotten in trouble in New Jersey for the accident that she was in, where she picked up some charges. So I went down to New Jersey. I was able to go into the courtroom via Per Media and actually sit there and film. I'm not sure if you've checked out that VOD, but that was probably one of the biggest live coverages this channel's done, and it was a very long trip. flew from New York to, from New Mexico to New Jersey, and I was there for a couple of days. So once I finished the coverage of Controller's court case, I went down. I went down to New York, or up. Took the train in New York and spent a day or two in New York and did some IRL there. It was a fun trip, had a blast, and I can't wait to go back to the East Coast. DJ Darren, I will be out there. So I have not announced my official dates, but I can give you more or less a time frame. I for sure will be out there during the 420 time. So it's either going to be like start of April, and basically I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, 14 days. So if you subtract from 420, 14 days, that's basically probably the day I'll be there. So beginning of April to about 420-ish, a little after that. Random question, but do you know if Nat Graves ever finished? I don't know. I've been in contact with Nat before. As a matter of fact, he had reached out to me a long time ago. It's been a year or two, about being on the documentary. I don't know if he was in New Mexico at the time or not, but I just never had a chance to meet up with him. Not saying it wasn't that I didn't want to. I hadn't even made a decision yet or not. I don't think I even told him yes or no. I just never got back to him. And then since then, he had reached out to me a few times just to say good job on the channel and stuff, but that was about it. So I don't know about what's going on with the documentary, or if he ever finished it, or if it's still a work in progress. That's a good question, because I've always wondering what happened to all that footage that he got, because he had done a lot of interviews. He had interviewed quite a bit of people. So has anybody watched this Violent Vigilante Vegan page? Well, Vegan's going to be out there. I have not reached out to her yet, but she is somebody that I definitely would like to, same thing, basically schedule a day that I could follow her around, full day, half day, whatever she's comfortable with, and bring you guys a raw day in the life of Vegan Patriot. I know a lot of people would be interested in that. Be good for her too. She can prove to people whether she scripts or not, because a lot of people think a lot of the things that go on, as far as especially when there's a lot of content involved incidents, that a lot of it's fake and stuff like that. Well, let me be the judge of it. I'll let you guys. Like I said, I'm pretty sure most people see that I don't script. I'm pretty straightforward, and like I said, one of the agreements has to be no telling me to mute, shut the camera. It will be on at all times. Once you do, then that ends the documentary. That's it. I go on my way. I said, I'm going to try to stay as neutral as I can when I do this documentary. I still may have my opinions, my documentary, but I think a good documentary, or a good documentary maker, is somebody that can present both sides of a story and let the audience make their opinion or draw their decision off of that without influencing any opinions. Because when you make a documentary, you certainly can influence the way people think on how you make or set that documentary, or what you put in there, right? So that's, like I said, I want to do this live. I don't want anything where people say, oh, that was edited post, this was scripted. Nope. So it should be pretty interesting. I don't know if anybody's ever done something like that. Now, by all means, I'm not a cinematographer. I've never done like a professional documentary, so I'm not saying it's going to be even close to anything of that level. But I've invested in some equipment. I got let me show you. As a matter of fact, let me share this with you. I just got this the other day in. This was, for what it is, pretty pricey. But this is going to come in real handy in LA. But especially because I would imagine most of these streamers are going to be, doing stuff, because that's why they call themselves IRL streamers, right? We're outside doing stuff. Now, a lot of them are inside too. But what I have here, in case we go outside and it's a windy day, I'm not going to let the wind keep me from streaming. But I want it to be enjoyable for you guys, because you're going to be watching it live, and it's not something I can just post-edit, you know what I mean, where I can, take those out. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but that's kind of a cool feature. If you have a Samsung 25 Ultra, one of the cool features it has under the video functions is you can actually now post-edit sounds. So, for example, if I was videotaping, myself, right? I'm doing a little documentary, and there's a trash truck behind me, and it's making a bunch of sound. Let's just say a semi. There's a semi that pulls up behind me as I'm doing my documentary, right? And totally just fucks it up, right? You can barely hear me. You just hear the semi. Well, in post edit, what it'll do, and it's kind of, I guess, with AI, it can actually determine the different sounds and then allow you to mute that truck sound completely or adjust the volume accordingly. So, there's a lot of stuff you can edit out. That's like I said, when you post edit shit, you can script and do a lot of crazy shit. So I'm doing this live. But anyways, going back to where I'm going, I got one of these. It's called a dead cat. It's not a dead cat. Trust me, it's not made. It's fake fur. It's not made by dead fur, cat fur. But this is specific to this microphone. It's made by Rode, which is the same company that makes my mic. Sorry, I'm used to the camera being on my laptop. It's up here. There's the old Rode symbol. And it's, just, you do it like this. You take this off. You put this over it. It actually works pretty good. I saw somebody already that did a video with it, and you can tell the difference with the windscreen on and not. So it definitely will work if we go. Like, for example, I did a stream once where I was at the Cadillac Ranch in Texas. That's where they got the Cadillacs, the old Cadillacs that they're buried up, and people can go and spray paint on them. Awesome place, but it was just a windy, shitty day, which we still streamed, but I didn't realize how bad it was till I listened to the stream afterwards. And dude, that shit is annoying, man. It's bad. It's especially if you wear earbuds. Oh my God. So a windscreen that day would have been definitely helpful, and would, it doesn't eliminate all, but it definitely helps. I am not married. No, I am not. And get this. This is what's even cool about it. It comes with this band. I didn't know what the fuck this was for. But then I watched a YouTube video, because it doesn't come with a lot of instructions. But this is how crazy this is. This band actually is meant to go over to cover the... So I don't know if you guys know, but on this microphone, you got two inputs. You've got a USB-C, and then you've got a traditional 3.5 audio jack, which you can use both as an input, or if you use the USB-C, which most people do nowadays, that's how I have this hooked up, you can use the 3.5 input to put what I'm doing now, so I can monitor live my stereo, my microphone. Now, if I was out on the field, which I'm not going to be monitoring it live, for the input that's going to be open, which in this case would be the 3.5 jack, because obviously I'd have the USB-C connected to my phone. They have this band, and this goes over, you put it on here, and it covers that other jack, the jack hole. So it eliminates any wind. I guess wind even going through the jack, the input jack hole, can cause, some of that wind sound to go in through your microphone. So, shit, I didn't even realize even just a little rubber band could be that extensive. So, yeah, we got a nice fucking dead cat. I mean, this is just one piece of the equipment I have. The other day, I just busted out my... Dude, these things rock, man. Holy shit. I was used to my old cheap Harbor Freight, and hey, not talking shit, those Harbor Freight extended batteries carried me through 3 years and some really important live streams, okay? But they just can't keep up with when you're streaming live, like on not StreamYard, on Prism. They just couldn't keep up with charging my phone. So although it would keep a charge on my phone, eventually my phone would die, okay? This new one, this thing can charge my phone 4 times, and while I'm streaming, it will keep my phone charged. I've already tried it. This fucking thing's amazing. There will be the stream will just end when I decide to end, okay? There will be no stream just died because of no more battery excuse. Hell no. So shout out to this Anchor. This was the 20,000 milliamp that we got for 20. It was on sale, 50% off. So instead of $50, I got it for $23. And then the 10,000 milliamp was on sale from $25 to $12. I told you guys. I don't know if it's still on sale on Amazon, but the 10,000 amp one for $12, I would totally get one of those. And it's not as thick as this one. This one's kind of thick and big because it's the 20,000 milliamp. But I didn't want to have to carry two of these, so I just went with the 20,000 milliamp. So anyways, yeah, I got, that's just some of the things I've invested in for just this basically for this live documentary. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. So, yeah, we'll be leaving here soon. I was going to be leaving earlier end of March into beginning of April, but because I made the decision to want to be in California during the 420 time, because I'm sure there's going to be some fun stuff down there to do, I'm going to be leaving a little bit later. Also, I made that decision because I didn't realize the spring break crowd. So when I was thinking spring break crowd, I was scheduling around the college spring break, which basically there's two. For a college spring break, there's 2 periods depending on which side of the country you're on, okay? Well, college kids aren't the only people that go on spring break, especially to California. There's families and other people that do. Well, basically, the whole month of March is considered spring break in California. So I don't want to be there during spring break in California. It's already going to be busy in April as it is. It's just at least now I avoid that spring break crowd. So for the most part, things are a little cheaper. Not a lot, but a little bit. And also, for the purposes of streaming, well, although it's already going to be busy enough, at least it's not like crazy busy where it's just not even fun, where you guys, I can't even see anything, do anything, move or do it. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking busy and packed everywhere we go. So I figure, and if you've watched my streams before, I'm a type of guy that I like crowds. I'm not a person, it's not like I'm, a shy dude. I love crowds. I just try to go at during the best time that I ultimately can to set myself for just as much success as I can. Plus, it's funner. Like when we went to the Grand Canyon, I literally did that specifically where I avoided the big crowds during the summer. That was why I went during when I went. And I even went as early as I could because I wanted to be the very first motherfucker out there and not have anybody near me when I was out enjoying the view, which basically we almost had our own little vista at one point. We had our own bus for most of the morning riding around doing the tour. And that was badass. It was nice to not have. And then as we were leaving, that's when all the crowd was coming in. And it sucked. You couldn't get on the buses anymore. There's just crowds everywhere. Even to go use the restroom, there's a line, shit like that. So, I mean, literally, as I was leaving, the crowd was coming in. So that's usually like how I like to do my streams. I like to roll when I go to these like places that I know there's going to be a lot of people at. Like, for example, one of the days I'm there, we're either going to go, I've already made my decision. I want to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm pretty sure I can stream there. Yeah, there might be some rides that I can't take you guys on because, you can't have your camera on. I'm going to have the GoPro, so if I can strap a GoPro, then we're good. But, for example, Universal Studios, it's already going to be busy there as it is in April. Why go when it's twice as busy, right? You can't even ride many rides. The crowds make the streaming suck, yada, yada, yada. So the OG IRL streamers use a suck. Yeah, true that. True that. Hell, I've seen people just use handkerchiefs, man, whatever. I've seen some OGs, some of those street performers, those rappers, make their own little windscreens. Oh, yeah, and we're definitely going to go by the ocean. I'm a water bug too, Henry Luke. I love the ocean. We might even take a dip, even though I know this time of the year it's still going to be cold. But fucking A. Yeah, no, we're going to have fun. Like I said, we're going to be out there 14 days. Basically, I'm going to split my 2 week there as 1 week in L.A. area. And when I say L.A. area, I mean L.A. and surrounding area. And then the following week, I'm going to be going to San Francisco and that area, with the goal of maybe, hopefully, making it up to the Redwoods. But if we just have so much shit to do between L.A. and San Fran, then it's no biggie if we don't make it to the Redwoods. But it is on the agenda. But if it just gets to where I just don't have the day or time to do it, then I'm not going to try to rush myself into that. I'd prefer just to stay wherever I'm at and have fun there. So, because the Redwoods, even from San Fran, basically the way I've calculated, because I'm driving, from L.A. to San Fran, it says it's about 5 hours drive. And, I mean, that's not even with the traffic, I don't think. But from San Fran to Redwoods National Park, it's another 5 hours. So then I got to come back. So it's already going to be some driving time already as it is from L.A. to San Fran. I don't know if we'll have time to go all the way up to the Redwoods, because from L.A. to the Redwoods, it's basically a 10-hour drive. And I'd like to, show you guys as much as I can of California, but I still want to be able to manage to do a lot of the stuff that I'm, why we're going there. Court-related stuff, fun stuff, and then, of course, the documentary. So I'm going to be splitting all 3 of those categories amongst the 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to find a good, medium to where, one day we do fun stuff, the next day court stuff, next day IRL stuff, yada, yada. And again, a lot of times I just go by the seat of my, however that saying goes, by the edge of, I don't know. You guys follow. You guys catch what I'm saying. What up, Bean Gang? What up, Clumsy? Hey, you stay blessed too, man. I appreciate your support, my friend. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Kind of sucks because like I would love to see the redwoods. Like out of everything like that, I'm gonna go hopefully show you guys. I hope we'll be able to knock everything off the list. The redwoods is like the one I would love to go, but of course that's like the last on my list. So, I don't want to be greedy. Like I said, this stream's for you guys. But there's a few things I like to do for myself for some entertainment, and the redwoods was one of them. So I will try my best, but ultimately, if we can't get out there, no worries. We'll have plenty of fun in LA area and plenty of fun in San Fran. Oh, Stream Goblin, some calories, and we're seeing it's a shithole. Basically, I will agree to disagree a bit. I'm guessing you're probably from that area. You got to remember, for those of us that aren't from here, even Southern California can be fun and interesting, but yeah, I know it's, a lot of tourist shit, and if you've already done it, been in it, it's, same thing, but it's been a while. I haven't been to LA in a long time. Every time I've gone, when back in the days, I always had a great time, and that was when I was under 18, so I can imagine now that I'm an adult, I'm going to probably have a blast. So, but if you're talking about and again, it just depends on what you're interested in. You know what I mean? If you're an outdoors person, I think obviously Northern California is probably a better spot for people that are in outdoors because there's more open space. You got the mountains and shit like that. If you're into fashion, entertainment, maybe you work in the film industry, obviously Southern California is the place to be. And you probably may not be so much in outdoors and you prefer places that have all the cool venues and restaurants, which I don't care about those places. So yeah, I wouldn't be a guy that would enjoy California if I was going there to live. Now, as a tourist, hell yeah, not California, talking Los Angeles, Southern California. As a tourist, I'll definitely enjoy it. But if I was going to pick a place to live, like if I had to move to California, it would definitely be Northern California. Just because I'm an outdoors guy, and I've heard that Northern California is the place to be for outdoors people. Hey, Jade, you have a great day. Thank you so much for being in chat again. Thank you for your continued support as a member of the jury, my friend. Entertainment's left. I haven't been there, like I said. Everybody's got their own opinion. I mean, you can come to New Mexico and I'll tell you, the desert's boring. But I've had a lot of people that are like, bro, can you show more cactus in the desert? And I'm like, oh, really? Like, you like that? Like, I've been seeing that shit for the last 40 years of my life, man. So everybody's different. That's why I always say, one of the big things I always tell people, and I think I've told you guys before, is especially now, you guys realize, and I hope this really, I hope, again, I'm not psychic. I've never been. I hope, as a matter of fact, this premonition is completely wrong. But do you guys realize with all this botting and shit and AI, there might be a time that, like, say for me as a creator, right, speaking to you guys in chat, that I might not even know who's real anymore or if everybody in my chat is just bots. There's going to be a time where you're not even going to know whether you're speaking to a real person or not in a text message anymore because it could be a bot. All right? So where I'm going with this is basically you can't just believe everything from maybe who's the person that said California or Southern California is a shithole? Maybe that's a bot from the state of New York that wants me to go to New York instead for the tourism. That's not the case, but that's just what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You don't know anymore. So where I'm going with this is just do your own damn thing. Don't let the internet influence you. Don't let reviews influence you anymore because I used to be a big review guy, right? When I'd be buying, you know me, especially if you see me shop, I'm a horrible person to shop with. I'll drive you fucking crazy, okay? You could send me in to get one thing. I'm not going to go. And if you think I'm going with that, and I come out with a bunch of things. No. I know that happens to a lot of people. I'm the type of guy that you can send me to go in one thing, and I'll be walking out with just that one thing. But it'll take me an hour or two just to select that one thing. Like, for example, don't ever send me out to get you, like, allergy medication, okay? Do you realize how many different types of allergy medication there is between the fucking generic and non-generic stuff? I'll be there fucking Google searching every single brand, reading every single review, figuring out what's the best value for what I need based on the review for the price, per this and that, okay? But nowadays, the reviews could be botted. So where I'm going with this is there's going to be a time where we probably won't even be giving a shit what reviews say anymore because they could be all fake. And they do that already. If you guys don't know that already, they bought the reviews. So all these places, when you go Amazon shopping and you see something that, like, you know, you're wondering, damn, why has it got like 4.8? It's okay, but it can't be that great. And then you read the reviews and they all kind of seem like they sound the same. Like basically like a robot is giving the review, like, oh, I enjoyed my, for, you know, they all sound the same basically. You can kind of tell now. The fake Skimask Andy's in chat. Let's see what we'll give fake Skimask Andy their little one minute of fame. I'll be waiting for you. Skimask always wins. Pound it. There you go. Now you can go in your Discord and tell your Discord friends, hey, guess what, guys? I got NJCourts to recognize me, and I got him all fucked up. I trolled him, guys. He's all mad and he's all scared. Mom! I'm almost out of my asthma inhaler. Can you order me some more? And I like a Sammy for lunch. Thanks, Ma. Anyways, yeah, guys. So, when's movie night? Okay, Discord out. All right, so there you go. Hopefully you won't go in and you know, jump off a bridge or anything now that I gave you your 1 minute of fame, okay? So don't say I hate the haters, okay? Because I even love my haters, all right? All right, you guys. I think that was a perfect segue into calling it a day. Is it already a day? It's 12:07 here, so technically for my friends on the West Coast. Oh, shit! You guys still got, what? Fuck. 53 minutes left of your morning before it's technically afternoon. But anywho, take care, y'all. As I always say, keep that head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while, especially if you're a guy like me that's got Tino coming, Skimask coming, Ranger the Danger coming. Holy shit, dog. I might as well just hire me some private security now. Anyways, guys, keep that head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. Take some time to love somebody, even if it's yourself. As I always say, I love you guys as always. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah, see, I almost forgot my own announcements. Tomorrow we will have a fun IRL stream planned. I'm not going to give any hints. It's going to be fun. I will give one hint. If you like to do the old toki toki or the smoky smoky, you will definitely want to tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun. And what I mean by that is I'm actually going somewhere to provide you that fun. So, it should be an afternoon stream. I will post a notification sometime tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys. We'll have some fun. And then basically after that, we've got, I think EBZ's got a court hearing next week. If it's not next week, it's before the end of the month, which I think is sometime next week. And so we'll be doing updates after, when I'll get you an update once that's over with. And then, like I said, keep those notifications on because you never know when we'll be dropping some breaking news, all right? But other than that, we are gearing up to head out here very soon on the California IRL Road Trip 2025. I will put out an official announcement with my dates, especially like the official date for the meetup because I want the meetup to be a really good day. I'd love to have like as many of the West Coast streamers that can possibly meet up, and as many people I just want to meet up, you know, to meet the streamers, say hi if you're friends, whatever. Okay, I think it'd be awesome. Anyways, let's have some fun. If I'm not going to see you guys this weekend, take care, have fun, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Don't say I didn't remind you or warn you. Take them earbuds out or lower that volume because we's about to get loud and proud. Oh, and thank you again for all the donators and supporters of today's channel, or show, excuse me. I'm going to have something really interesting and fun coming up when I get back from my trip. We're going to be really amping up our production or our set here. I think for most part, from last year, we've already done some really good improvements. You know, we've got a nice, you know, for the most part, a nice setup here with the stage. We've got a really good camera now. Hopefully, when I get back, I'll be upgrading my StreamYards and to the Pro plan, which will let me stream in 1080. Because right now, you're just looking at this beautiful face in 720. 1080, you'll be able to see all my little meth warts. You know what I mean? Okay, never mind. Let's not do 1080 because I don't want you guys knowing about my, you know what, problems. Anyways, we've got a new mic. We've got a Rode mic, more specifically, okay? Shout out to my friends in Australia. Not made in China. Still making some shit in other countries. I'll take it. And yeah, so when I get back, I'm gonna have a nice. I'm gonna be investing in a cheap but nice as I can for a cheap gaming monitor. And I'm going to use that gaming monitor to basically hook my S25 Ultra and use the Samsung Dex program to basically turn that monitor into a humongous chat box. So there should be no excuse now anymore. Now, I will be extra cross-eyed, but I should be able to see chat and still be able to report on my news, hopefully, is where I'm going with this at the same time. Either way, at least if that doesn't work, I can use it to play video games. So it's still a win anyways. But yeah. We're working on it. Get your moss mat straight. Moss mats? What the fuck's a moss mat? You're going to have to tell me what the definition of a moss mat's first before you tell me to make it straight. And then we'll talk. I'll wait, Henry Luke. Bring your own wetsuit tomorrow. Where are we going? I didn't even tell you where I was going yet. We're not even going to get wet. Jesus Christ, Henry Luke. Did you just jump in chat? Anyways. What else? Where else was I going? Shit, man. I threw myself off track. I was just about to say NJCourts is officially out, but then I said, wait a minute, I have an announcement. Oh, I think we're just talking about tomorrow, but then I already told you about tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready to end. That was it. That's all I got. All right. Oh, yeah, I was thanking everybody, I think, and then I got sidetracked. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm about to get loud and proud. NJCourts is officially out! Sorry, Dobby, did I scare you? It's giving me that look like you motherfucker. Oh, here. Peace, everybody. Have a nice day. If we don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on next week with some, hopefully, court news. IRL road trip coming very soon. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the Venice Beach meetup. That's why I got a little confused. So yeah, hopefully that'll be a great thing. I'll be announcing official dates for the road trip probably next week. All right? But for the most part, you guys know what time period I'm going to be going there, and that's coming up very soon. All right, Miss Ella, have a good one. Henry Luke, have a good one. I see you have a good one. Allison's one. I'm just reading everybody from up to bottom from top. Let's see here. Let me scroll say a few shout-outs before I leave. We've got Bella 2, have a great day. We've got Skimask Andy, have a great day. Shits and Giggles, have a great day. Old Stream Goblin, have a great day. Lucy Goosey, have a great day. Jade, have a great day. Clumsy, have a great day. Everybody have a great day. Nervy, have a great day. Human Being, have a great day. You said something about being warned. You're banned from... Shut the fuck up. Could you imagine? God damn, dude. That's the funniest shit in the world. I mean, I want to meet you. I hope you are from Cali. Let's meet. Because I want, in my documentary, I would... Although I've talked to plenty of you incels, you know, in the DMs and stuff, I want to meet one of you guys. Ultimately, I would love to follow a real incel, 100% real incel for a day. So, if you are in Cali and you are a 100% incel, reach out to me because I would love to be able to... I'm not even trolling. If you're down, I would love to follow you for a day and show people what a life of an incel looks like because I want to prove to people that, you know, for example... You know, I think most part people think, you know, like right now, based on your comment, you're banned from, you know, what did you say, Cali, right? We laugh at that, right? We take you as a joke. Basically, you're hiding behind a keyboard. You don't even, you know, you're telling people like you're tough and all this. So basically, as an insult, I'm right now already assuming you're probably just some like geeky 40-year-old virgin, you know, in a basement somewhere. You know, it smells like cat litter and dog shit. There's just fucking soda cans, like 2 inches of soda cans and pizza boxes strewn around the floor and all that shit. You know, typical incel shit. But prove me wrong. Maybe you are a guy that by saying, I'm going to ban you or you're banned, you're just some mean, tough motherfucker. Maybe you are a scary motherfucker, and I truly don't want to go to California. But I want to prove me wrong. Please show, let's hold on, don't help me in chat. I got this one. Let's break the, stereotype. Yes! I always fuck that up. Let's break the stereotype of incelism, and let's show the world what a real incel looks like. So, did I scare him away? I was hoping this guy was going to actually be the guy that'll let me, assuming he's a guy, follow him for the day. Who is that? They're probably not in chat anymore. Anyways, if you still are, reach out to me because, in all seriousness, I would love to give you that opportunity to break the stereotype of insulism and prove me wrong. Because other than that, I'm just going to laugh at that comment. All right, guys, have a great day. Peace. We'll see you mañana for those that are going to come hang out with me. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Oh, is he cool? I've actually talked to Scary Terry. I was on his, well, I don't know if it's his, but in the little group that's in whatever their little channel is or whatever, they do interviews. They asked me to do an interview once a while back, and I went on there and did a quick one with them. I forgot the name of the channel, but I do remember Scary Terry. He was, out of that whole group, the three of them, he was the coolest one that I actually personally enjoyed having a little conversation with. So, yeah, well, definitely, Scary Terry, if you're watching, someone reached out to Scary Terry, let him know I'll be on my way. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. NJCourts is out. Almost out. Hold on. Okay, there's end stream. Now I'm out. Now I'm out. Okay, now we're out.